रितिका कहूँ
Yes.
जे वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट एबे भी नारी सशक्त ना माइल्स टू गो
I feel women have been empowered, but there's always scope for more. If we settle कि हे जाए आउ दरकार नहीं, then we'll become complacent. If that is so, then progress केबे होगुनी. Progress means you go towards a better stage. So that means we should always think that there is scope to do more.
किंतु अपन देखी जंती प्रत्येक राजनीतिक दल कहतु बा सरकार रे कहतु मैनिफेस्टो रे वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट थाए तो मु सेति पे प्रश्न पचारली जे वुमेन जेतबे मु गोटे सक्सेसफुल वुमेन को इंटरव्यू करूची जे वुमेन एम्पावर्ड ना माइल्स टू गो
The woman is getting empowered. I think we should see it as a process rather than an end. Because at every stage it is possible to do more. There's never like it hele tum women empowered he gale. Jo bhi developed country also if you look at say इठी भी बहुत concerns होती.
But Ritika is a very माने epitome of women empowerment. Certainly.
That's very sweet of you.
किंतु आउ गोटे जिनस वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट एवं एजुकेशन नारी सशक्तिकरण एवं शिक्षा विभाग आपण इंटरेस्ट काहे
Cause अच्छी first education because I feel education as a sector or education is that means ja through gote person he or she can come out of their own circumstances. Nothing can empower like education. That is why. And I feel one thought jo mo mind re bahut
everybody should understand the value of education.
True. And another reason is I feel India we have brilliant minds, but just thinking that there are minds which are brilliant but they are not being utilized because they are not getting education. There might be somebody who knows the cure to cancer, but we are not able to reach that mind because they are not educated is something that motivates me towards education.
Dropout high achi.
Definitely. Sita sabu dropout is a major issue because dropout shows ki children we had children in school and they are leaving. So that's definitely a major concern.
सबु सरकार सबु सक्सेसिव गवर्नमेंट नारी सशक्तिकरणर कथा कहती किंतु सेही दल विरोधी को आसिले नारी हिंसा को लेकिन प्रतिवाद करती बा ये द्वंद्व ठीक है आपको केतबे लागे वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट इज नथिंग बट ए पॉलिटिकल स्लोगन
I feel it will be too extreme to call it just a political slogan. The point of an opposition is to bring out the faults of the government so that the government can do better. So in that sense I feel it's rather good if the opposition is more logical, it is more conducive, it says constructive criticism douchi. So that way I feel it will be wrong to call it just a political slogan.
किंतु एबे भी महिला को विरोध रे हिंसा अधिक होची अपराध अधिक होची कोठी ना कोठी आपन को लागे जे आ पई गोटे स्वतंत्र व्यवस्था हवा कथा आईन हवा कथा कठोर दंड विधान हवा कथा
तो मु बेसी कहि पारिबिनी काहे कि आई एम नॉट श्योर ऑफ द फैक्ट्स बहुत जिनसो कोन होची कि वी नीड टू सी फैक्चुअली कोन सही अछि डेटा कोन कहूची एडा ऊपर काहे कि मोर डेटा बेसी नाही मु बेसी जानि नि ए टॉपिक ऊपर इट विल बी अनफेयर इफ मु
सांप्रतिक परिस्थिति रो शिक्षा व्यवस्था को केमति देखती
जूठी भी इवन ओडिशा हो इंडिया हो जूठी भी हो एजुकेशन रे अगेन आई थिंक इन एनी फील्ड एजुकेशन there's always scope to do more. There are certain issues in any education system joothi bhi world rahele. So the point of I think education reform would be to look at kuthi ame improve kari paribu, what are some loopholes that are there, what we can do better.
जे मु अनेक उपांत इलाका रे देखिछि जे एबे भी स्कूल को पिला मध्याह्न भोजन पई आसंती not to get the education only to feed their belly.
I feel it's important to look at it as a starting point. Yes, initially they might come just for food, but if they come for food, they'll then see education. Then they might get interested in education, then they might start coming for education. So the midday meal scheme ro jo idea achi ya portion ebe jo idea achi is just so that at least first pila mane school ko asantu. Seda asle then we'll get them interested in. That is the second step ki interest kemti jave. First to asiba katha na.
So midday meal just to create interest among them.
हाँ that's what I would say is the initial कि first आसन to school, then धीरे धीरे next step will be how to retain them. First is to get them to school.
दुईटी शिक्षा व्यवस्था मो देखे माने एटा मते स्ट्राइक करे जे कसी कंफर्ट जोन बा प्राइवेट स्कूल रे किछि पिला पाठ पढ़ंती आपण तो जाइथिले स्कूल को आपण का स्कूल आउ किछि पिला गवर्नमेंट स्कूल को जानती मिड डे मील खाती एवं पाठ पढ़ंती गोटे देश रे ये दुई प्रकार शिक्षा व्यवस्था को केमती देखंती कारण आपण को से सेक्टर रे इंटरेस्ट अछि ना.
I feel it's important to also redefine what we mean by luxury, what we mean by basic necessities in a school. More understanding
luxury means I am मु कहूची सब प्रकार इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो जगह रे अवेलेबल अछि आनुषंगिक सुविधा सुयोग जो जगह रे भर्ती हे की अछि.
What is it that a school is providing? For example, when we say कि गोटे school AC दउची या fan दउची या जोटा भी दउची या cooler भी होची whatever it is, the basic premise is they are giving comfort to children so that heat ho juta bhi ho, they are able to study, even leaking roof ho no ho. The point is the children should be comfortable. Definitely one way is AC, where if there is affordability you can go for AC. But there are also other ways one can explore to give that comfort. It's just, it's, I think it will be too much to say.
प्रश्न पचाली जे गोटे क्लास हैव मानक पई गोटे एजुकेशन सिस्टम बा एजुकेशन फैसिलिटी आ गोटे हैव नॉट पई
I feel have not रे definitely मोरो यार व्यू जो अच्छी कि there is definitely certain differences जो हुए private public school रे. That's also because of difference in resource allocation जैते अच्छी. But the point of the government is we are trying to make the government schools on par or even better than private schools. So that I think at least fosters a competition between both the sectors. So that I feel is one good thing.
आपण थर्ड अटेम्प्ट रे क्रैक कले केबे लागितला ना आई कांट पारिबिनी
The moment मु सेटा भाबिली that next
चांस रे आपण फाइनल रे कट जाइतिले ना
the moment I thought कि ना हे पारिबने, the very next moment was but alternative कौन अच्छी मोरो thinking थिला कि this is something I really want to do. If मु जदी करूनी या later I don't, if let's say होनी या जोटा हेले, then at least I'll go back with the satisfaction कि मु मोरो निजो बेस्ट करथिली. तो से पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रे मु देखिली कि do I at this stage of feel कि मु मोरो बेस्ट देई सारची कि नाही.
that was सेही भलिया सेल्फ मोटिवेशन केमती करथिली एटा एक्सपीरियंस आपण को देखुचंती सेल्फ मोटिवेशन केमती करथिले निजो.
One simple way is कि you distract yourself. एमती जब thought आसची sometimes there is no solution, it's best to distract yourself. तमे friends संगरे कथा हबो. I used to sometimes play board games, I used to go out to talk to people. Simply I would, and after some time भूली जब बेसी भाभी बने. There are times when खाली बेसी भाभीले you keep rethinking the same issue करके. Other times if मते एमती लागो थिला I used to question my belief. On what basis am I saying? What proof do I have in saying कि मोर हबनी या हबनी? On what basis? खाली गोटे थरो दुई थरो या तीन थरो न हेले, is that sufficient basis? Am I looking at why am I not qualifying? So I would question my beliefs.
आपण मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट थिले ना तो सेति पे मोर गोटे सीधा सीधा प्रश्न जे सिविल सर्वेंट शुड डिलीवर ना शुड मैनेज? Deliver. Definitely.
Manage means that it's managing means कि you
got my point perhaps.
Deliver is always better. It's more positive, it's more complete.
Rightly said. आपण को हॉबी कोड रहती का?
Hobby रे writing poems. I like reading novels, fiction novels and sports.
माने आपण पोएट्री लेखंती?
हाँ मु लेखुची.
केबे बापा को ऊपर लिखितंती?
सेमती पर्टिकुलरली बहुत स्कूल टाइम रे बदे लिखिथिबे बे मु एते लिखिची एग्जैक्टली तो मने नाही. बट नाउ दैट कहते हाँ गोटे थरे तांको बर्थडे पई लिखिथिली बहुत आगरे.
अरे वाह
बहुत आगरे.
आपण जेहेतु दिल्ली रे रहिचंती, इंदौर रे रहिचंती, ओडिसा रो विभिन्न प्रांत रे रहिचंती, को जगार खाद्य आपण बेसी भल लागे? ओडिया क्यूजिन केमती लागे?
ओडिया क्यूजिन इज दैट कंफर्ट फूड. घर वाले लागे. तो जूठी गले द मोमेंट यू सी ओडिया क्यूजिन लागे कि सरला माने एटा ही जो संतुष्टि आसे खाइबा पई सेटा आई थिंक नो क्यूजिन कैन बिकॉज निजो घर सेटा खाई खाई बड़े हेचो. तो जूटा इवन दिल्ली हो इंदौर हो, once you come back home ओडिया क्यूजिन feels like home to me. सेटा ठीक हो.
आपण को एक्सपीरियंस देखुचंती, एक्सपीरियंस देखुतबे ना आपण को पूरा माइन्यूटली ऑब्जर्व करथि. कोन कहिबे एक्सपीरियंस माने को दोज हु आर प्रिपेयरिंग कोन कहिबे मेसेज कोन रहइबो रितिका कर टू इग्नाइट देम?
I think my message would be first and foremost you must have faith in yourself. You must have faith in your life's trajectory. I understand that there are times jab tome dekhibo your friends, everybody, or if people might be going forward, you might feel ki you are going backwards, but it's important to trust the timing of your life, that there will be there you will have a day, apna time bhi aayega jaise bolte hain. So that way I think you must have that confidence, and till you don't get something you want, try as hard as you can. And that I feel is something that you should never let loose. You should never lose your sense of hard work and your sense of perseverance.
Thank you Ritika. Wish you all the best for a successful career.
Thank you so much for having me.
दर्शक बंधु आज तो खोला कथारे समय जाइछि पुणी आर थरकू आउ जणे चर्चित चेहरा सहित खोला कथारे खोला खोली आलोचना करिबा खुल्लम खुला. नमस्कार.